The principal law for consumer protection in Malaysia is the Consumer Protection Act. The CPA is said to drive the establishment of various consumer protection mechanisms in Malaysia. The CPA applies to all consumer transactions in Malaysia and covers almost every aspect of consumer protections. The government agency, which is primarily responsible for policy making and law enforcement on consumer protection in Malaysia, is the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs. The MDTCA is also responsible for receiving consumer complaints and acts as a secretariat to the National Consumer Advisory Council, which is an institution established by the MDTCA to advise him on any relevant consumer issues and the implementation of the CPA. Next, the Hire Purchase Act, which legislation that governs hire purchase transactions in Malaysia. It presents the legal rights, duties, and liabilities of hirers, owners, and all other parties to hire purchase agreements. It also provides more protection to consumers' goods and specified items. This act empowers the Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumerism to determine price, charge, and the mechanism to determine if profit is unreasonably high. Priority is given to foods and beverage as well as household goods, as it gives direct impact on the household expenses and the cost of living of the people. It is a law which protects consumers from excessive profiteering, which means the act of charging consumers an unreasonable price, with the intent of making as much profit as possible, at a time or situation which give the traders an advantage. Control of Supplies Act. It provides for the control and rationing of supplies of control articles. The Act prohibits hoarding and refusal to sell control goods. Among the goods declared as control articles under this Act are sugar, petrol, fertilizers, cooking oil, and many more. And lastly, Trade Description Act. This Act prohibits false description of goods by sellers and any false or confusing statements. The Act forces them to be more truthful about their service or product and not deliberately mislead consumers into spending their money on a false claim. It is a law to promote good trade practices in the market by prohibiting false trade description or misleading statements, conducts, and practices in relation to the supply of goods and services.